All right, what's going on? This is Quamon Fowler coming to you, and on today I'm going to talk about the importance of minding your business. All right, so let's get right into it. But before I do, I'm going to give a little bit of an announcements. On today, we're going to be playing at Scat Jazz Lounge tonight in Fort Worth. Shows are at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And it's going to be good with my group. So we'll be hitting and having some fun. If you're local, make sure you come and check it out. And if you're here on the stream checking this out, just shoot me a message saying what's up, that you can hear me and everything is all good. I'm excited. I have really been challenged, and it's all good things. And was pertaining to business and learning about how you need to set things up for being able to get funding for your business, and also learning about structuring your business and how you should do things. So we're going to talk about that today. So if you are a musician, you're creative, you're one that is seeking personal growth, for whatever that you're doing, this is going to be a great informational today. And so I always try to share some of the things that I'm learning and get a chance to just keep it like a journal, I guess, like a public journal, if you would think of it like that. So yeah, through these streams that I do. So here we go. I'm just trying to look to see, make sure everything's good on the audio, so I don't do like a stream. There we go. Sometimes I'll be having some hiccups with the technology, but yeah, as long as I keep it set up. So let's dive right in. All right, mind your business. What do I mean by mind your business? So first of all, we start out doing um, having a passion, having a something that we love to do. It starts off as a hobby. If you keep doing it and you do it well, you get skills at it. It becomes something that is more than a hobby. It becomes a business. And so a lot of times, man, we don't get the mentorship or the coaching that we need. And so sometimes we just do stuff based on the information we get from here, we get from there. We talk to people we know in business, and we just kind of piece things together. And so that's fine initially, but like I'm always encouraging my viewers and my mentees, it's always good to have a mentor or have a coach or somebody who can give you specifics based on where you are, and help you get to that next level. And so I've been applying that to business. So it's one thing when you're growing as a leader in your profession, whatever you're skilled at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been playing music, doing this for like, over 30 something years. So you could say I'm at a master's level in music and performing and playing saxophone and things like that, teaching and all of that. But when it comes to business, there's a lot of things that I'm just now getting and understanding. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about mind your business is because really I'm learning more and more. This is unfolding, like the whole idea of money and ideas. So when you think about that concept, Myron Golden talks about it. He talks about the 4 levels of value, and the highest level of value is ideas. I think he calls it, you go from the bottom, which is implementation, and then that's where you're working, exchanging your time and energy for money. Then unification is where management happens, where somebody is managing people who are doing the work. And then communication is the third level, and that's where you are able to communicate value, and then of course people pay you a higher value when you're able to communicate to people and get them excited and motivated to do something. People get paid big money. And if you have ideas, then that's where you get the billions. And so the ideas, when you think about development, for land projects, if you got an idea to develop something big, a lot of big money people look for projects to invest in when it's a great idea, so movies and stuff like that, movie scripts and different things like that. That's like ideas. And so you think about Jeff Bezos with Amazon, you think about Elon Musk and Mark Cuban and these guys are thinking about things that are cutting edge. And so that's where the big money is. So anyway, what does that have to do with minding your business, and how did that motivate me to want to talk about this today? Okay, so this is it. And it's a simple concept, but it's a challenge. We make it a challenge. But the thing that's really interesting about this is actually right in line with how God created us in his own image and likeness. So here it is. He thought about something, and then he spoke it into existence. And like a hand, it created what he imagined, right? And so I've been real big on this here lately, and talking to my mentees, telling them about the importance of vision. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday. And so earlier this year, we were doing things like vision statement, or putting our goals, stating our goals. We like to do that, in the beginning of the year, have your projected goals and things that you would like to accomplish. And so as you write those things down, speak those things, listen to those things, your voice, you're hearing yourself, like we record ourselves, just like we would in music, right? When you listen to yourself practice and you're going over the things that you've worked on, it's like the more you hear it, the more it makes it real. And so there's a phenomenal thing that happens when you start confessing those things, decreeing things, and speaking those things. And you're hearing it, it reinforces what you're believing for, what you're going after. It encourages you. And it's like it pulls whatever that is that you're wanting or desiring, it pulls it close to you. It's like a principle that will work for people who believe in God and people who not, because God's principles are in place, and they will work regardless of you being aware of the Creator. And so, but I'm aware of the Creator and everything like that. And so it's just been amazing just seeing how our prayers and things that we speak, how it's just been coming to pass. And the thing that accelerates that is when you mind your business. And so here's the thing, here's the concept, right? There's so many distractions, there's so much noise out there. And it's just a trip how I was just on this thing of focus, and like whatever your assignment is, when you can focus on that, you can master it. And so if you think about that, like if you focus on one thing consistently, or a thing over time consistently, and you just keep on chipping away, you just keep on working at it, you're going to get a lot of progress in that area, and you're going to also have more understanding and depth around that particular area. Now, here's the deal specifically I want to talk about and kind of point your focus to your business. And I kind of got off because I was doing a lot of things. We all don't know what we don't know. I always talk about the 4 levels of competence. You know, you're unconscious of what you don't know. And so when it comes to business and funding, I was doing pieces and a little bit here and a little bit there. So let me see, like in 2019, I started a business, LLC, for real estate. And after that, shortly, I got into real estate. I purchased a couple of properties. Got some I got access to tax liens and stuff like that. But of course, I'm a musician. I'm performing. I'm teaching. I'm doing that. So my focus was divided. I got in there. COVID happened, and all of that just rocked my world. Then later there was a freeze in Texas that we've never had like that before. So it caused a lot of issues with the properties I had. So I just sold them. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just shift and focus on building income other ways, trading, crypto, and stuff like that. But what I didn't quite get is, well, let me say this. I later ended up getting funding because I was always kind of good with credit and getting making sure my score was up. I learned uh, an approach where, you know, you pay your credit card, you pay your bills with your credit card. You know, pay off the statement balance every month, and that helps your score. And I learned that concept from a friend's mom, and who was really good at the time with credit. She's passed now, but she's a good friend of mine. But anyway, and then I started investing and doing different things. And so, well, I've always been investing, but I started diversifying in some other things. But what I'm saying is, like, I have had a LLC for my my holdings company, but then of course my music, I didn't have an LLC for, right? And so I started one later because I was just working as a DBA. And so here recently, from what I've been learning about funding and business and organizing everything, and actually talking to the banks, asking what they require for funding. And of course, they want to know. I'm saying, when you talk about business funding, personal funding, personal credit, and all of that, you know, that's dependent upon your history of paying your bills, paying off your utilization on the credit card, and all that kind of stuff. But when you talk about business funding, they want to know your history, how much revenue you got coming in, profit versus gross. I mean, net versus, gross versus net. They want to know, what industry you in. They really dig into your business. They want to see that you're professional. What's your resume? Because if you're going to launch a business, they want to see that you're responsible with your personal stuff, and see if this particular niche or area of your business is going to be profitable, so that they can trust you with the funds they will lend. Now, of course, when you start getting into business funding, you'll get better interest rates because you're getting bigger amounts. But but anyway, I'm asking these questions, and I'm realizing, like, man, I really. So all of these years, when you do work as a musician, and you're doing it based on your Social Security number, then it's not working for you as an LLC, or when you have a business, to where when you want funding for your business, you can get it because you don't have anything to show for it. And so this what made me really realize, it's like, man, you have to be professional in your business with how you handle your business, just as professional as you might be on stage, as professional as you might be, you know, in music and execution. Like, across the board, we have to mind our business and make sure we taking care of things just as we're prioritizing our music. And so I was like, man, it was really eye-opening, because you have to have an LLC. You need to have some type of credit card processor. Like, you just got to do it. I know the Zelles and Venmo and Cash App, all of that's convenient. But really, when you want to operate at that same level of professionalism and be perceived as like, really professional, you need to have invoices. You need to get paid through your LLC. You need to have a website. You need to have a professional email. That means, like I have info@QuamonFowler.com or whatever your name is. You know what I'm saying? You got to have all of these things, because once you start looking to get funding for whatever it is that you desire to do for your business to really get help to expand, then when you're going to lenders or going to get funding from lenders, they're going to want to look and see what you have, and you got to be professional on your social media, on your YouTube, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's got to look the part, just as your musicianship or creativity and all of that is at the level it needs to be. I mean, professionalism. So that is something that has been really kicking my tail. I mean, but it's good, because I've been, like I've been telling you all, you work in your business, and then your business will work on you so that your business can work for you. Now, I got turned on to a few things, a couple things, options here lately, and I did put those options in the description of this video. So there's some options where you can get funding, at least $50K for your business, and it doesn't matter what your credit history is, because some people don't have good credit. They're not in the 700s, So, but it's okay. There's a way and an option that I found out about, that is where you can do a free consultation with them, and they will give you the information you need so that you can get funding for your business. But look, it's not about just getting money. Like, you gotta be organized. You gotta be prepared. So even prepare yourself with the information I'm telling you right now. You need a website. You need a professional email. You need a LLC. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things you can get done for you through using services like InkFile, ZenBusiness, LegalZoom, and stuff like that. Get that done. You need a bank account. That's a business bank account. All of these things are like prerequisites that you need to be have in place, so that when you go even to the resource I gave you, just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's like we talk about professionalism even in music. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a website, have some clips of your music, have a YouTube channel, Instagram. All of these things are like prerequisites that are just you're supposed to have, because as people want to hire you, they want to look for clips, they want to see what you've done, they want to make sure that you're professional. And so the same thing when you get into the financial space, you got to have all of these things in order. And so I just talked to the banks, but I also have a network of other entrepreneurs, and they turn me on to programs and things that can help. Even like with credit repair and stuff like that, we have a system and a program that'll help you repair your credit and get all of the negatives off, and help you get out of debt, consolidation, and all that. All of that is in the description below as well. That's mwr.emusician.info. That's in the description of this video. So one of the things I'm learning as I just dive into minding my business and getting this stuff set up right, there's so much help. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people that just don't know about this stuff. And so don't feel overwhelmed or don't feel bad, because there's a majority of people don't know these things. These, like the top 1%, they all have their structure set up. What I mean by structure, that's like where you have a business that is earning, and then under that they'll have a business trust, they'll have a family trust, they'll have a foundation. And so as they make their money, the money that comes from their cash flow, they're filtering it through their structure with trusts. And so they're able to not pay as much in taxes because they know how to set things up. And I remember when I went to a real estate seminar some years back, the lady was telling us about that. That's why they buy these big, nice cars, you know, that are over 6,000 pounds, because they can write off the whole car. Or they'll go on these vacations every year, and then they'll take their families because it's a write-off, because it can be used as a business expense when you have a retreat for your business and your employees and stuff like that. So once you start, so people have you got two type of problems, right? You got the problem where people don't have enough money, and then you got a problem where people have too much money. And so the people who have too much money, they have to lend it out, they have to give it, you know what I'm saying? So in order for you to get the money that the wealthy have, you have to set yourself up to be structured. Even if you do not have the money, if you have the structure in place, you're professional, you got an LLC, you got the professional email, you got a business bank account, you know, even if you're working to build up your cash flow, if everything's going through your business and you've got all these prerequisites, then you can start learning and start trying to get loans or get grants and stuff like that. But you got to connect in to the people who have resources that can help you get to that point so that you can access all of the money that's available for you. You know, I have a board of directors that are part of my foundation. I haven't promoted it as much yet because I'm still waiting on my 501c3 status, but I do have Quamon Fowler Music Foundation. So I have these things that are in place. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. And so a lot of that I'm just excited to construct, because when you get in your 40s and you got family and kids and stuff like that, you got to start thinking about legacy. It's not about just playing a gig. It's not just about you know, it's about your family. It's about their future. And you have to have things, trusts and things like that set up, and insurance and all of that set up so that you can make sure they're taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a security that you have, you know, in life and then when you're gone, because you did your job to get everything set up right. So this is the message today about minding your business. Okay, mind your business, right? So if you are interested in some of these things that I've been sharing, you need some information on how you can get some of this stuff set up, you want to know about funding, or you want to repair your credit and you know, get some debts paid off so you can you know, increase your credit score so you can you know, get business funding or even set up your business, all of that stuff, just reach out to me. I left my information below, my number. Of course, the website that you can get funding is funds.emusician.info. And for actually being able to plug in and learn about diversification of, like, you know, income and funding and, excuse me, the whole nine, like debt consolidation, all of that stuff that you need, that's mwr.emusician.info. That's in the link below. And reach out to me if you have any questions. I would love to help you, because this is part of my journey as well, to be a resource to those people who you know, need to get all these things together, because that's the other component. It's a community effort. So I have a community of other entrepreneurs, and we talk about different things, opportunities, programs that are out there. And I even have access to a program that'll help you get Airbnb property to co-host. You can earn from co-host as a co-host to Airbnb property. What does that mean? So somebody who rents out a place, a beachfront property or whatever, and then they'll put it on Airbnb, and they're renting out the rooms. And so they um, get enough to pay the rent. And then they're able to, for the rest of the month, offer a portion of the proceeds to those people who get contracts with them. So I'm working that. I got a medium house that I'm earning from, just got that contract going. So if you want to learn about some of the cash flow um, opportunities and everything, you can reach out to me, because this is something to where, like, making money should not be hard. Like, our model, or the model that you are in or aware of, is just, I would say this, you work your job and then you play your gigs on the side, or, you're traveling, playing gigs, and you're staying gone a lot. That's like active income, right? That's where you're exchanging your time for money. That's always like first thing you do. But as you make money, you then have to have your money to work for you, you know. And then when you start getting your money to work for you, you gotta make sure you get a business. And so there's opportunities where you can leverage other people's money, OPM, get funding to do bigger deals so you can get the passive income coming in. And then the thing that you really enjoy doing actively, you can then better do what you want to do because you have funding from other sources. And I promise you, a lot of the people who are, uh, you know, doing the tours and showing up, on the festivals and putting out records or nice videos, they have funding from other sources, a lot of them. So they're able to do what they love. What you love to do is what you're gonna do regardless, right? But if you got funding and cash flow that are coming from other assets, whether it be Airbnb, real estate, whether it be car rental, Turo, whether it be digital products or like your memberships or whatever it is, you got these residuals coming in, and then all of that is just things that can flow through your structure and your system to help you, not only you, but your family, the future. So it's like you really got to receive the bigger picture and start positioning yourself right now to set this stuff up right so that you can be set up. You can have it flowing like a well-oiled machine. And organization attracts money. And so your ideas, that's why I say we go back to the ideas, right? Your ideas, think about what you really want to do, how you want to do it, if money was no problem, and flush that out. And then when you can flush that out, put that in a business plan, put in a grant proposal, whatever, have your business set up, have all these things, your nonprofit, all this stuff set up, then go forth, because there's tons of resources for money and funding and grants and all of that for you. But a lot of times we just don't do it. Like, we just don't learn what's necessary. We don't take the steps. And a lot of times people just don't have the belief. It's one thing, to share with people, but I can't believe for you. I can't have faith for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just use my faith. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do because I have motivation. I have an assignment. And so part of my assignment is even sharing with you all and helping. You know what I'm saying? So as I apply the things that I'm learning, you're going to see the fruit of that in what I do. And then, of course, that's going to push you, motivate you to reach out or to be able to pursue some of the same things. But how it works is with mentorship and community, when you plug in with a mentor, they can help you. And when you got a community of others that are doing the same, then that can encourage you on a weekly or day-to-day basis to just keep working towards those goals. And what ends up happening, you accelerate your progress. And that's what you get from minding your business. So eliminate the distractions, eliminate excuses, pull the trigger, connect with me, connect with whoever you need to connect with. I got resources I can turn you on to, so reach out to me. You know how to reach me, and I'll definitely look forward to helping you out so we can mind our business and do stuff the way that it needs to be done. All right, y'all, I'm out. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.